Clara Tauson's stunning upset over Iga Swiatek at the Canadian Open, a match to remember. Imagine the shockwaves that rippled through the tennis world as Clara Tauson, the world number 19, pulled off an astonishing upset at the Canadian Open in Montreal. In a thrilling match that lasted 1 hour and 53 minutes, Tauson defeated the reigning Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek in straight sets with a score of 7-6, 1, 6-3. This victory came just a day after another surprising result. Coco Gauff, the world number 2 and top seed, was defeated in straight sets by Canadian wildcard Victoria Mboko. But here's where it gets controversial. Swiatek, who had just won her 6th Grand Slam title, was unable to advance to the quarterfinals in her first tournament since that triumph. This loss has sparked debates about the consistency of top players and the unpredictability of the sport. Tauson, who has been steadily gaining confidence, attributed her success to feeling more at home on the big stage. "I think I'm getting more confidence in this kind of level and feeling like I belong here a bit more," she said. "I think that really helped me today in the important moments." Tauson's strategy was clear. Clara Tauson upsets Iga Swiatek in Montreal Open quarterfinals. Full match highlights. The tennis world just flipped upside down in Montreal, and no one saw it coming. That's the only way to describe what happened on Sunday night when Denmark's Clara Tauson, a 21-year-old who still looks like she should be cramming for college exams, toppled Iga Swiatek, the reigning Wimbledon champion and undisputed queen of clay, in straight sets, 7-6, 1, 6-3. The upset didn't just send shockwaves through the draw. It rewrote the entire narrative of the 2025 National Bank Open. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fans are already calling this the changing of the guard, insisting that Swiatek's aura of invincibility has finally cracked. Others argue it was a one-off, a classic post-Wimbledon letdown on a lightning-fast hard court that favors big hitters. Which side are you on? Let's break it down. The match that stole the spotlight, Tauson, standing a commanding 6 feet tall and seated 16th, walked onto court central like she owned the place. From the first ball, her serve was a weapon, clocking in the high 110-mile-per-hour range, and her forehand cracked the baseline with the kind of pace that makes line judges flinch. Swiatek, usually the aggressor, found herself scrambling, forced to defend deeper and deeper behind the baseline. The opening set went to a tiebreak, and that's when Tauson flipped the switch. She reeled off 6 straight points, sealing it 7-1. The second set, pure statement tennis. Tauson broke early, never let Swiatek breathe, and closed it out 6-3 in just under an hour and a half. Sweet revenge, served cold. If this felt personal, that's because it was. Just 3 weeks earlier at Wimbledon, Swiatek had dismissed Tauson in straight sets on the grass. Tauson admitted afterward that she left that match feeling flat, convinced she'd handed the win away rather than losing it. Sunday night was her chance to flip the script, and she did it with ruthless efficiency. "I kept telling myself, you're not the same player you were at Wimbledon," Tauson told reporters, grinning. "I trusted the work I've put in since then. And tonight it paid off." And this is the part most people miss. Tauson's only tour-level title came back in January at the Auckland Classic, where she stunned Naomi Osaka in the final. Fast forward 7 months, and both women are now marching through the same draw in Montreal. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe Tauson has quietly become the tour's most dangerous dark horse. Keys looms large. Next up for Tauson is Madison Keys, the 6th seed and Australian Open champion, who survived a 3-set thriller against Karolina Muchova, 4-6, 6-3, 7-5. Keys, never one to sugarcoat, called Tauson a nightmare matchup, thanks to her blend of power and court coverage. Translation: expect fireworks on Tuesday. She bulldozed Anastasija Sevastova 6-1, 6-0 in a blistering 49 minutes, the second fastest win of her entire career. Osaka hadn't reached a WTA 1000 or Grand Slam quarterfinal in 19 months, and her reaction afterward was pure relief mixed with defiance. "I've been waiting for this moment," Osaka said. "People wrote me off, but I never wrote myself off." She'll face Elina Svitolina next, who upset fifth-seeded Amanda Anisimova in equally commanding fashion, 6-4, 6-1. The teen sensation on home soil. Don't look now, but 18-year-old Canadian Victoria Mboko is still alive and dreaming. Monday night, she'll take on Spain's Jessica Busas Monero for a spot in the semi-finals. If Mboko wins, she'll become the youngest homegrown player to reach the Final Four in Montreal since Eugenie Bouchard in 2014. The crowd is already buzzing, and tickets are disappearing faster than you can say maple syrup. Controversy Corner. Is the WTA entering chaos or evolution? Here's the spicy take. Some analysts argue that the women's game is becoming too unpredictable, that the lack of a single dominant figure hurts the sport's marketability. Others celebrate the parity, claiming it makes every tournament must-watch TV. So, we're asking you, do you miss the days of one superstar ruling the roost? Or are you thrilled to see a new face rise every week? Drop your hottest take in the comments. Agree? Disagree? Or roast us for even suggesting that parity might be bad for business. We're here for all of it. What's next? Quarterfinal Tuesday is stacked. Tauson versus Keys, Osaka versus Svitolina, and the Ukrainian derby between Marta Kostyuk and Elena Rybakina. One thing's certain. Montreal 2025 just became the tournament we'll be talking about for years. So, which upset shocked you more? Tauson over Swiatek or Svitolina steamrolling Anisimova? And can anyone stop the Danish juggernaut now that she's found her groove? Let the debate begin. Iga Swiatek's winning streak ends. Honest reaction to Canadian Open defeat. Have you ever felt the sting of defeat, even when you're on top of the world? That's exactly what happened to Iga Swiatek, the tennis world's shining star, after her winning streak was snapped at the 2025 Canadian Open. Swiatek, currently ranked third in the world, suffered a surprising loss to Clara Tauson, the 19th ranked player, in the last 16 at the prestigious WTA 1000 tournament in Montreal. The match ended with a scoreline of 6-7, 1, 3-6 in favor of Tauson on Sunday evening. This was a shocker for fans, as Swiatek, known for her relentless drive and impeccable game, had been on a 9-match winning streak prior to this defeat. Her winning run included her first ever Wimbledon title just a month ago, where she dominated her opponents, including Han Yu-Guo and Eva Leis in Canada. However, the Canadian Open presented a different challenge. Swiatek made a staggering 46 unforced errors, with 25 coming from her forehand side. The Pole fought valiantly, coming back from a 5-3 deficit in the first set, but lost 6 consecutive points in the tiebreak, handing the set to Tauson. In the second set, Swiatek managed to break back in the 7th game, having trailed 1-4. Yet Tauson seized the momentum, going up 5-3 before securing the win. Swiatek's candid assessment after the match revealed a player who was brutally honest about her performance. "I made too many mistakes in the tiebreak," she admitted. "In the second set, I felt Clara had the wind in her sails, and I didn't really know how to solve the problems. I definitely made too many mistakes on balls I could have played." This loss, while disappointing, is a valuable learning opportunity for Swiatek, who acknowledged that she needs to adapt better to hard courts. "I always feel like I have to adapt to hard courts," she said. "And these matches are also an opportunity to learn. I feel like I made the same mistakes I did at the end of my hard court season in March." Swiatek's next challenge comes at the WTA 1000 tournament in Cincinnati, starting on August 7th. Meanwhile, Tauson, who lost to Swiatek in the 4th round at Wimbledon, celebrated her victory, saying, "I felt like if I could keep that going, I thought I had a shot." This match sparked a debate among tennis fans. Could this loss be a wake-up call for Swiatek? Or is it just a blip in an otherwise stellar career? And what does it mean for the race to be ranked second in the WTA, with Coco Gauff now in a strong position? Controversy comment hook. What do you think? Is this loss a sign of a potential shift in the tennis landscape? Or is Swiatek just having an off day? Share your thoughts in the comments.